Good evening, Niner fans. I am Dion, your 49er reporter. Welcome back to the channel. First things first, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can always stay up to date on any and everything 49ers. I am your 49er reporter. And with that being said, I'm going to give it to you straight, no chasers. So this is my little preview for us versus the Cardinals. So we actually have a hard game on our hands from a mental standpoint. And the reason I start and I lead with that is because we actually lost to the Cardinals the last 4 years. We are 0-8 in the last 4 years. Yes, the Cardinals have beat us for the last 4 years. And it's really hard to believe because even at the times where we weren't that good, we were still definitely good enough to beat the damn Cardinals of all teams. So they actually can go into that stadium tomorrow with confidence and say, you know what? We got y'all the last 4 years. We'll make you think it's going to stop now. You know what I'm saying? We even beat the Seahawks last year. But we couldn't beat the poorest and horrible, wimpy Cardinals of all teams? Not this year. Not this year. Not with this defense. Not with the way our offense is running. Not with touchdown TC, baby. We ain't got no worries about nothing. So, just to let y'all know, as far as I can see, I don't see any actual injuries from Matt Breida and or Raheem Mostert. Jeff Wilson Jr. last game, he had a stinger. He had clear concussion protocol, so he'll be good to go. We don't have to worry about that. So we're not going to miss a step with any of our running backs. Just never worry about that. And with touchdown TC on the field, shit, we going up against one of the worst defenses in the league. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and just start with the Cardinals first. So their first game was a tie with the Lions. We all know about that. You know, they was getting their ass handed to them, and then magically, somehow, they just decided to come back to the game. So next thing that happens is they go to the Ravens. You lose 23-17. And they go to the Panthers, 38-20. We just whooped the Panthers' ass, 51-13. That tell you something. So then they go out to the Seahawks. The Seahawks come to them. Lose that game, 27-10. And magically, Kyler Murray finds his stride. Bengals, 26-23 win. Falcons, 34-33 win. New York Football Giants, 27-21. Remember these names. Cincinnati. The Falcons. And the Giants. It's very simple. All those were close games. They beat the Bengals by 3, the Falcons by 1, and they only beat the Giants by 6. Had the Giants scored a touchdown, they win that game. So what does that tell you? This air raid offense that everybody's supposed to fear, and Cliff Kingsbury and Kyler Murray and man, that ain't worth a damn thing. Let me go ahead and get into these little figures for you, okay? So you know what the Cardinals did? They are so beat up at running back, they said, man, we got to play the Niners. We got to go do something. Let's go trade with Miami for Kenyon Drake. Now, has Kenyon Drake flashed in Miami? Yes. He's got some really good speed. He's not too bad of a ball carrier. But you went and got a running back for a team that don't allow nobody to run the fucking ball. We don't allow anybody to run the damn ball. Are you serious? Come on, man. You going up against the top defense in the fucking league. And let me just go get Kenyon Drake. He'll make it better. So last week we did go ahead and allow CMC to get over 100 yards. But if you take away his big runs, he's under 100 yards. So that says something to you. So, I mean, you got to look at this. So they tied. They had 3 losses. They had 3 wins. They just lost to the Saints. They got beat up in that game, 31-9. So what is it time for? Another loss. Why? Because you're playing the San Francisco 40 fucking Niners. That's why. Because you're playing the number 1 defense in the league. You are playing an offense that is finding its stride at the right point. This is when we need to start picking it up and be on an upper swing with us scoring points in the league. We have to. We are a run-first team, pass second. And we understand that, and you've never seen Kyle veer away from that. You never seen him say, well, Jimmy's got to have 403 TDs, or Jimmy's got to have 500 yards and 6 TDs like Aaron Rodgers or something. No, we're going to run the goddamn ball down your fucking throat, and we're going to find ways to do it because Kyle Shanahan is an offensive genius. That's why. So, with their trend, I feel like, hey, why not go ahead and just, hey, you lost 3 in a row, you won 3 in a row. Time for you to lose another 3 in a row. So you're going to lose to us. You're going to lose your next game that you got to go ahead and play because you got to play the Bucs. Then you got to come back and get your ass whooped again in our house. See, I'm in Arizona, so I'm going to give y'all a nice little video tomorrow because I'll be networking out there with a couple of people tailgating, you know what I'm saying, at University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale. We're going to be out there deep. Stupid deep. They're going to be thinking that, they got their little red birds, their little bird gang and Red Sea and all that bullshit. They ain't worried about it. We ain't worried about nothing. We are the Niner gang. You forget we Californians, baby. We don't play that shit, So they have the 22nd ranked offense, the 19th ranked passing offense, which is better than us, but we know that because we don't really pass the ball that well. And then the 14th ranked rushing attack, which is kind of weird because with all the injuries they would have, you would think it would probably be a little bit lower, but that's not bad. But then we jump to the defense of all things. Cardinals defense, 29th in total defense, 29th in passing, and 25th in rushing. So note I said 25th in rushing. What does that tell you? We about to run all over their ass. There's nothing that we're not going to be able to do. We are going to run that ball so far down their throat, it's just going to be frustrating. You'll see them give up. If this game gets out of hand like our last game got out of hand, you can see Nick Mullins by the end of the third quarter. And because we've lost to them, as long as we lost to them, Shanahan might just run the damn score up because he fucking feels like it. I wouldn't be mad at him for it. I'd want to get at a team like that. I would want to run that shit down their throat that we beat you like you stole something. I would have no reason not to do that. So Kyler Murray's got 7 TDs, 4 interceptions, but he's been sacked 26 times. So that's almost the average of about 3 sacks a game. And he's got about 5.5 yards per carry, and got 2 rushing TDs. So he does have speed. If he gets out there and he gets on the move, it's gonna be hard to catch him. Fitz is still Fitz. You gotta respect him. You gotta account for him because when he's on the field, he can make plays. But I don't really respect none of the other receivers. Christian Kirk, they don't have a tight end. I have no idea who their tight end is. The offensive line is actually pretty shitty. But then you flip over to the defense. You gotta respect Pat P because he is an elite defensive back. And you gotta respect Chandler Jones. Dude got 8.5 sacks. This motherfucker does this shit every fucking year. And he is a beast. You must respect him. T sizzled and came home. He went to ASU and now he's playing for the Redbirds. This is where he lives. And he's got 5 sacks. So you got to kind of respect, those wily veterans and, be on the lookout for them. But for this game, I say don't rush Joe Staley back. I think we're going to be perfectly fine. I say let him rest and we'll bring him back, when we go out. And I believe we got to play the Hawks after this. So basically with that being said, there isn't really much more for me to give you guys. I can tell you right now, will the Cardinals probably score? Possibly. They will. Will they score a lot? I doubt that highly. You got to remember, Kyler Murray is about 5'10", 5'11", I think maybe. But then we have 6'7" Eric Armstead and 6'7" DeForest Buckner in the middle. So if those dudes just stand up, where are you going to... He has no vision. So he's going to have to roll out. And when he rolls out, you roll out into the arms of D Ford and or Nick Bosa. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to our defensive backs, we don't have to rush back Akello because E-Man's been playing great. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Sherm been doing his job. Ward and Tart, they back there doing their thing. I think Sherm said they like an old married couple because they be back there fighting and arguing and you don't even know what they're talking about. And then you got Quan and you got Fred in the middle. We don't even have to worry about that. We have nothing to worry about. So if they try to run the ball up the middle, we're going to meet you in the middle with Quan and Fred. You try to go outside, we're going to meet you on the edges with D and Nick. Like our defense is so solid and so sound, and we have kept that humbleness about us to show that even though we're 7-0, that means we can only go 7-9. There's a high probability you can get beat in this league any day, but it ain't gonna be tomorrow. It's just I feel so confident about this team just because of the way they've been playing. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody is selfish, and I think it kind of, I know I was talking about the Patriots earlier, but it mirrors what they do. No one's selfish. You don't hear anybody bitching and complaining about not getting touches, not getting catches, none of that stuff. Emmanuel Sanders had 25 yards and a touchdown last week. Did you hear him bitch and complain after the game about not getting touches? Nope. Why? Because we won 51-13. Everybody's bought into the system, and they understand that this is a team game, and that's how we win. We go every week. We take it week by week, and we remain humble. Like I said, we lost to them, and even our years where we were bad, I would still think we would beat teams like the Cardinals, but we lost to them 4 years in a row. So I'm going to remain humble to an extent because I want us to win and I want us to beat them bad. But then at the same time, I have just too much confidence just to say that we are just killing them so bad that they have no hope. Like, Kyler doesn't stand a chance against our rush. We're going to eat that man alive. He's going to try to roll out and he's going to run into somebody. I mean, D is just the quietest person on the field. You just see him, he does shit, and there you go. You know what I'm saying? Eric, he going to be rubbing that belly all day just like this. Eating up the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Nick, that's what he do. He just put his hands up, I don't know. I'm even giving y'all a Nick Bosa impression. This is literally how he is. They be asking him questions, and this guy is so even keel. You don't get any emotion from him. None. This is it. So, Nick, you had 3 sacks and an interception. How'd you feel? Yeah, we played a pretty good game. I'm psyched, man. I'm psyched right now. This fool. Yeah, but, I'm doing, I'm pretty happy about the game, man. We played well, and, we got a short week, and we got to go out there, and, we got to win. And he talked like that all the time. Like, it does not change. Like, you'll never see Nick Bosa speaking high, speaking low, doing anything. I mean, he smiles from time to time, but if you were trying to read his emotional, state, you wouldn't know what the fuck was going on. You don't know whether the dude's happy, sad, depressed, mad. You just don't know. And that's okay, man. Hey, look, man, the dude has evolved as a human being, as a man, and he definitely done evolved as a damn football player. His skill set is just not to be fucked with. I know I was on his head early on in the season because of the injury-prone stuff. I was pretty pissed off when he couldn't do anything in preseason, all that stuff. But, he's come out and just balled out. And I guess that's truthfully in his DNA for him to just come out and show up and show out. I really don't see much of a test for us on, from the Cardinals offense and or the Cardinals defense. We have been prone these last couple of weeks. We've been giving up a couple of explosive runs, and we got to be really mindful of that with Kenyon Drake because Drake is very fast. So if he gets out there, man, I'm telling you right now, you're going to have to put Tarvarius Moore in there on the back end to be able to catch him because Jimmy Ward and Jaquaski Tart are not catching shit. Neither one of them are fast enough to keep up with Kenyon Drake. And it ain't no disrespect to him. It's just the fucking truth. I've been watching them for a long damn time, and to tell you right now, they will get burned over the top if you got a speedy dude out there. You got a Deshaun Jackson, Julio Jones type, he going to lead them in the dust. That's just how fast, that's how, fast those guys are. They really take over it, and it's just, like I said, it's no disrespect to them. They make plays when they need to. They do what they need to, but we got to be very mindful of letting Kenyon Drake get out there and try to, get going and get rolling as far as just, respecting his speed. But I'll tell y'all this, man. Like I said, tomorrow I'm going to give y'all a nice little video where I'm out there. I'm interacting with the Niner fans and the Niner gang and the Niner fam, the faithful. So y'all will see that, man. And y'all will see how we roll out here in Arizona. We ain't playing. We take over shit. You know what I'm saying? They coming up. Look, it's the sad part is they coming to Arizona. It's going to be like a home game. We going to literally take over that stadium. The first NFL football game I ever went to was in University of Phoenix Stadium, and it was the 49ers versus the Cardinals, and we had Troy Smith as our quarterback, and we whooped their ass. Now, I haven't been to an NFL game since, but I think that was back in like 2009, if I'm not mistaken. But this is going to be just a complete, full-on beat down. I'm telling you, like, there's no chance for the Cards to win this game. Like, they really don't have any hope. And for as much as you want to, kind of respect them and not, disrespect, any team, because anybody can get beat in this league, I don't see it. I really don't. I see us losing to, a better team. I see us having a nice little struggle, possibly with the Saints, maybe even with Green Bay. You know what I'm saying? Possibly even the Ravens, maybe. But as far as like struggling with the Cardinals, that's a joke. Struggling with the Rams, I doubt that highly. So our test is really coming basically after, we go ahead and get the ball rolling this week, because we'll have our hardest schedule coming up. And I'm going to tell you right now, man, this is it. Because after we play the Cardinals, this is where the stretch gets hard. We have a 3-game stretch where we got some teams that we really got to be mindful with. And that's going to be the Packers, the Ravens, and the Saints. Now, playing the Seahawks, I understand that. I think we're going to be fine with that. Ain't nothing. But playing, the Cards again at home, ain't nothing. We're going to win that game. But when it comes down to playing the Ravens, the Saints, and the Packers, those are teams that we got to get. And we've got to be able to get to Aaron Rodgers. We've got to be able to get to Drew Brees. We've got to do these things. But y'all stay Niner faithful, stay Niner blessed. Man, I appreciate all the love I recently been getting, man, because of my hype after the Panthers game. I'll have more hype for y'all after this Cardinals game. I understand that, we are the Niner faithful. We are the Niner gang. Thank you so much for everybody who's been subscribing to my channel. My numbers are just going up and up. If you have friends, if you have other people that definitely send them my way, man. Send them over here to the channel, because I stay Niner faithful. Whether we win or lose, I'd rather die. It does not change. I've been that way. I've been there through the ugly times. I've been there through the good times. I was there when Tim Rattay, weak ass, was the quarterback. I've been there when Alex Smith got drafted and went through all them different coordinators. And I've been there when Colin Kaepernick was riding. I'm here with Jimmy G. I was there with Nick Mullins. I was there with C.J. Beathard. I was there with Jeff Garcia. I was there with Steve Young and Joe Montana and all of these people, man. I was there through Ricky Waters and all of the people. I am a true Niner faithful. So believe you me, man, if you see the video, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, turn that notification bell on, because I'm going to keep you up to date on any and everything 40 fucking Niners. Tomorrow is the start of a new day. We're going to kill them little red birds. We're going to put them in a little cage, and we're going to keep flicking the cage and looking at them going, Polly, want a cracker? Polly, want a cracker? Shut the fuck up. Because we will win tomorrow, because we are the Niner gang. We are Niner faithful. And we have a defense that cannot be stopped. Y'all have a blessed evening. I'm out.